Yo, good, y'all. It's your boy Jay back at it again. Today we got the LooksMaxxing Epidemic by Tommy NFG. Y'all know what the deal is, man. Follow me up, Jays here and Jays there. Get tapped on my socials. Without any more yet, let's get right into it. Oi, yo.
The Red Pill community's blow up happened a couple of years ago, and at this point I think we could say it's fully dead. The leader of it, Andrew Tate, is now shilling trash crypto websites daily on Twitter to make ends meet.
Zero knowledge proof privacy solutions are basically the only way for you to make transactions, enjoy crypto, and not worry about future AI algorithms scanning the blockchain and hitting you with an indictment.
Same man who said owning.
My thing is, who the fuck is who is sitting down watching Andrew Tate and like a lot of the other Red Pill niggas? Cause I feel like most of the advice that these dudes give that's actually good, like hit the gym, focus on yourself, make money, etc., can be found in like spiritual realms. You know, like learn about spirituality and human nature and all that shit. Like you can, like a lot of the Red Pills stuff that actually works is more based in spirituality than it is in just, you know what I'm saying, red pillness, if that's even a word.
Cryptocurrency was gay a couple of years ago, by the way. Sneeko has become a full devout Muslim and this year denounced the Red Pill community and what it was. Only a couple of years ago, he was yelling to the camera that everyone was—
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga was two to 3 years ago, this nigga was actually insane.
Brainwashed and in the Matrix. And Myron Gaines has become a full-on racist and Triple K member. He's trying to become the new Charlie Kirk by debating—
That's the problem. Myron Gaines, when it comes to Myron, Fresh and Fit could have been one of the big dogs. Like they could have had mad celebrities, artists, movie actors and actresses on the board, but they just went full— Myron just went full racist, and Walter's like this nigga's sidekick, bro. I'm just being for real.
College kids on campus. And it's led to some pretty embarrassing moments.
So, are your views on women based on data or personal rejection?
Here we go, the whole you're an incel thing. Okay.
Because on a podcast about 2 months ago, didn't you just say you got your first girlfriend and you're like 30?
Wow, she really thinks that's an own.
He should have ended the whole series right there. Now that the Red Pill is dead, it's gotten replaced with an entirely new chronically online group. And that's the LooksMaxxing community.
These LooksMaxxing niggas be taking it too far, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna just say this right now. When it comes to getting your face right, cold showers to reduce inflammation or just cold exposure in general, cutting out fast foods and sugar or significantly reducing it, sleep, working out to sweat, produce testosterone, managing your stress levels, semen retention or no fat. Because from personal experience, when I have long streaks, my face looks sharper, better skin, improved jawline, etc., you know, improved facial hair, and just overall lusciousness, you know what I'm saying? And in surgery, if it's not one of the things that I mentioned, nigga, you can't fix it. I'm being dead ass. Like, you can't— bone smashing, towel racking, like none of that shit's gonna help you, bro. I'm just being real. Like all that shit's extra useless.
You may be asking, Tommy, I thought LooksMaxxing has already existed for a while now. And you wouldn't be wrong. A couple of years ago, around the same time Andrew Tate and the whole Red Pill movement was blowing up, LooksMaxxing was right next to it. At the time though, the Red Pill movement was so big that it completely overshadowed it. People were more interested in seeing dudes yell at tables full of OnlyFans girls for 5 hours a day at the time, I guess. Now that everyone finds that cringe, people have latched on to LooksMaxxing, and there's a couple of faces to it, with the biggest face of it being a streamer called Clavicular. And you know, off looks alone, by seeing him, I think most people could say that he's a pretty handsome guy. Dare I say, proof that LooksMaxxing isn't a joke and can work for people if they actually put effort in it.
No, it can work, but most niggas they be bullshitting. They be like, for true effects, you gotta do the 7 things I did in some type of way, some type of manner, bro. Or at least the majority of what I said. But most niggas be trying to get the short, quick method to get chiseled jawlines and, you know, to get the cheekbones like your boy, which doesn't work, money.
The only problem with it is how he got there and the stuff he's informing people about it to get his look. And this isn't even talking about all the controversies he's had as a streaming personality alone, which we'll get to. Just looking at this picture though, I want you to guess how old you think he is. Most of y'all
28.
I might say early to mid 20s.
I thought 28. He looks a little older.
Maybe he's 30 and looks max like crazy the past couple of years to look younger than he is. Kind of giving the vibes of the new Superman actor David Cornsweat, who is 32. But no, Clavicular as of right now is 19.
Bro, this nigga 19? This nigga on my age, bro, what the fuck?
Years old. When I learned that, I was shocked because I thought LooksMaxxing was supposed to make you look the best at your age. Or if you're older, make you look younger than you are. So learning he was 19 surprised me, and he wants it that way. It makes sense he looks way older than that after telling people he started taking testosterone at 14.
Crazy.
I thought, why would I work out as a natural, take years to make the progress that I can make in months? It didn't make sense to me at all. I was never worried about side effects. I was just worried about progressing, right? So that's kind of always been my mentality. I'm all or nothing with everything that I do. And I just needed to do it.
I'm imagining his 14-year-old self in class looking like The Rock while everyone looks their age. This 100% is his parents' fault because the only person that could give you something like that as a minor is a doctor with parental approval. And even then, it's super rare for doctors to give testosterone to minors because it can completely f up your puberty process. Maybe I'm being too mean to the parents. In the interview, he said his parents would try to stop him from sneaking the needles in the house, but eventually gave up. Like, what do you mean they gave up? If it was my parents, they would.
Nigga just said, fuck it. Go ahead and shove the steroid needle in your rectum. Like, what do you mean you gave up? What are we talking about,
Dead ass ship me to Africa and have me grow up there. Our body has its natural process for a reason, and you're pretty much throwing in a car at 95 miles per hour when you're taking it. The average person knows not to do something like this, but in his words, he's not really a longevity guy. Whether that means his face turning into mush after 5 years, or having the testosterone overwhelm his body to the point of having a heart attack hit him at the ripe old age of 24. To him, it's all about reaching his max looks potential now.
But nigga, you're only like, you gotta realize that you got so much time to grow into your looks. If you're a young guy who's my age, 16, 15, anywhere from like 13 to like 20, my nigga, you have time to grow into your looks, bro. You're young. You have so much time to develop, my nigga. Like, if you have like an older cousin or something, they're like in their late 20s, early 30s, get a photo of them like when they were your age or like just 8 years earlier, my nigga, they probably look goofy. Cause that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you're not gonna immediately grow into your looks, bro. I'm just being real.
I don't understand it though, because with how he looks now, he probably could have achieved a lifelong look like that with a couple of years of locking in. Even after,
like, at the age he looks at 19, he could have looked like that at age like what? 26 or 27 if he just locked in, bro.
After 1 year, for real, he could be 70% there. He also does some other extreme things to keep his look, like bone smashing. And I don't mean smashing your bones in place with a hammer to the face to make your jaw look better. Oh, wait. Oh, that's literally what it is.
That's the dumbest shit. Bone smashing has got to be the dumbest shit on the man. Niggas is taking a fucking hammer and smashing their face and wonder why their faces look worse, nigga. Stop that. You're not a surgeon. You're not a trained professional. You're gonna do uneven pressure at different points and it's gonna mess your face up even more, money.
You did? Yeah, I bone smashed, yeah.
You smashed your face in, and what'd you do after? Like, you went to the doctor and they reconstructed you, or?
No. So it's just small microfractures and the bone grows back stronger according to
calcium.
So like I'll just lay down in my bed and brace my head so that there's no CTE and then
Look at her face. No, that's a real reaction, bro. Look at her face, yo. Look how concerned she look. Like, this nigga just laying in the bed just like, yo, hell no.
Smash my zygotes so that they grow.
Bro, you got it.
This cannot be normal.
Yeah, anybody watching me, I'm gonna go ahead and
I
put
ain't
it
never been on no bone smashing. I've tried it once and then I realized, yo, this is the dumbest shit known to man, and I stopped doing that. Thank God. Boy, cause let me look at myself in the camera right quick. I say I look pretty good, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got the jawline, you know, the cheekbones. I say I've done pretty well for myself from a looks department. Now, I would probably not have this if I was laying in the bed, smashing my face in with the bone smashing hammer. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Disclaimer to say, do not do this. People actually think this is what got him from this to this. Like, you got people in his comments saying, no way, bro. That's all it takes to look.
Believe anything on the internet, bro. I swear.
Like my Go Clavicular and Marlin? I'm walking to my dad's toolbox, grabbing the biggest hammer he has in it, and doing that to my face every day for 30 minutes. It's scientifically proven, by the way, that this does nothing for your face, other than potentially give you nerve damage and bruises, and, you know, just put your face basically forever and have the bones crack. His looks right now are purely from going through puberty and being locked in the gym with the mix of testosterone being injected. And people would try to say since he turned 18 last year, he was fully done with with puberty, and it can't be that. But it's proven by science that even though most of your puberty will be done, you could still have things happen after the age of 18. Just talking off of my experience, I was not able to grow a beard after 18. It only started really growing last year.
Yo, the before and after is crazy. Look at, you can tell Tommy's been locked in with the gym, bro. Look.
I was not able to grow a beard after.
Look how he looks here.
18, it only started.
This nigga dead ass look like he aged like 6 years in like 2. yo, Tommy dead ass had a glow up, bro. I'm not even gonna front.
Really growing last year. Also, a ton of people get adult acne like I did, so that's still not a good excuse. To make sure he also has the maximum peakness of himself, he just takes a cool, calm little bit of.
Spammed a combination of Adderall and
Marcus is really taking hardcore drugs. You know how much the you know how much like you gotta like be on something to find that? He ain't say weed, no, he said, you know what I'm saying, the M to the E to the T to the H, bro. What are we talking about?
Appetite suppression, and I literally went on a 3-day fast and stayed awake the entire time.
With the usage, he does advise people not to do it, but that, because why are you doing it? And the question is, how is he casually finding a dealer to hand them out like candy? One snitch in his circle and he's heading to the closest penitentiary next to him. The problem, no matter how much he advises his young fans to not do the things he's doing, is that no matter what, you're easily swayed at that age. A lot definitely look up to him as the cool dude that's pulling girls on stream at parties. So there's no doubt in my mind, some kid out there probably took their first huff of meth off of his advice. You know it's bad when even Andrew Tate didn't go this far. All he said is get in the gym, get money, and don't be fat. He also has a main shtick where he rates people and tells them exactly what they could do to fix their face. And it's not just you're a 1 out of 10 because you're chopped or a 9 out of 10 because you're fine. He will scientifically break down what's wrong with your face and which feature you need to improve, which comes from a lot of the LooksMaxxing forums where they study this like it's the Bible.
Yeah, when you went like, bro, you know you're in too deep.
Which comes from a lot
you
of the
know you're in
LooksMaxxing
too
forums
deep, bro.
where they study this.
When niggas start doing this, bro, niggas start drawing Madden plays and routes all on your face, like, bro, look at this. What is this? They drawing whole parabolas and formulas, like they really in that bit. No, niggas is really in that bit, like. All right, so you're gonna go here, right? Safety, your safety. You're gonna go here. You're gonna run a route. You're gonna run 5 yards upfield. Then you're gonna do a sharp left towards the center and around the 30 line. Like, looking ass, bro. Niggas is drawing whole plays on your forehead, gang.
Like it's the Bible. On these forums, from what I've heard, it's absolutely brutal. Like you could be a 10 out of 10 looking guy and they are not rating you good. They be on there learning things that could be improved that even doctors have never heard of. And I'm coming to realize I'm a 22-year-old man talking about LooksMaxxing forums and how they work. We all are genuinely the most useless generation of all time. How is this even a community? In my parents' 20s, they were working hard and studying endlessly, 7-day work days just to make it to this country. And in my 20s, I'm talking about LooksMaxxing and mogging on YouTube.
Well, to be fair to you, Tommy, you are probably the most wealthy person in your family. Like, you have a main channel with 800,000 plus subs, and then a side channel with 130K last time I checked. So you've done very well for yourself. Very well.
Anyways, here's the clips I was talking about.
Okay, so, you know, you have very recessed infraorbitals, right? Lacking eye support, and your supers are pretty high. Your jawline, your gonial angle is very, very high as well.
Like, bro, this nigga said a gonial angle. What is a gonial angle, bro?
Okay. Which means your jaw's slightly downgrown. It's not very angular. You know, you've got inward gonians. Your alar base, which is like the width of your nose.
Yeah.
Suboptimal.
I didn't even know half of those terms existed until I saw that video. And his fans will literally run up to him on the street and ask him to rate them, which I'm not sure why they do that. It's one thing having a call me chopped, but it's a whole other thing.
Nah, bro, I'd rather you just call me fat and ugly, bro. I'd rather a nigga just say, hey, Keelan, you ugly in the mug, boy, you get no hoes. I'd rather you just run up on me and say that, bro, versus you really can, like, get the angles right, get the you know what I'm saying? You really, like, oh yeah, your parietal is slightly recessed, your jawline, your chin, pronominal gland is a little too wide. You also need a short. You're like, I'd rather you just call me just ugly and chopped and fat. I ain't gonna lie.
My facial structure's broken down on how up they are. The sad thing too is he probably got into this when he was a teenager and was very insecure about himself. And it started off normal until it spiraled into what he is now. Like anybody watching this right now who may be insecure about themselves, whether it be weight or how you look, if you're not hitting the gym, just hit the gym and lock in on your diet and you'll be 90% there. There's not
that's 90%. Lock in the gym. That's guaranteed. Gym, extra 30 minutes of exercise daily, plus some yoga, plus taking care of your diet and your stress and sleep. Obviously way easier said than done, but that's, if it's not like directly health based skincare routine or under the knife, then it's most likely not gonna affect your face like that. I ain't gonna lie.
A single person in the world that said getting into the gym made them worse. And for face, if you have stubborn acne like I did, then get some Accutane prescribed and you'll be set. Accutane gotta be top 5 drugs made by God of all time, and you don't even gotta take it forever. I took it for 6 months and I was good. Maybe LooksMaxxers wouldn't say I'm even 20% there, but I'm happy with my glow. Doing these type of methods and procedures is never gonna fill the void, and with Clav, I fully believe he'll just keep pushing it and pushing it. And people
imagine being able to build an app with
a lot of them just keep pushing it and pushing it, bro. When they get really obsessed with this, they push it until they look like anime characters, and not in a good way.
People are already saying all these pills and drugs are backfiring on him, because in a live stream he did, his face was looking a little not in the best skin condition. Might be the finally catching up to the bloodstream. Like I said earlier too, there's some reasons people don't like him as a person, and one is he leans on the more edgy side of content. In his streams, he'll say and even wears a hat with it written on. He states he's not actually racist and just wears it because he thinks it's funny. I don't get the appeal of this though, because as someone who's been getting called the hard R since I was a kid on the internet because it's the internet, I'm not offended, I just find it more cringe. Like racist people will say it on Twitter or something, thinking a black person's gonna jump out the screen and lash out and start beating them up. Black people are used to it though. You just end up coming off corny and cringe. And I assume too, let's say an example is I'm wearing a hat with a slur against Asian people. I presume most of my Asian viewers wouldn't be offended and probably just find it corny. The only people I can see laughing at what he does is some 12-year-old white kids in the suburbs of Utah being like, no way, he just said the word. He can't say that. Can we say that now? That's my goal. The whole LooksMaxxing community as a whole also does have a hint of racism in it. It all operates off edits and creators, and anytime there's an edit of a black person who's LooksMaxxing, they'll either say it doesn't matter because they're still black or that black people can't LooksMaxx. Racism is so crazy because you can't even admit when another person of another race is objectively attractive. Of every single race, there are people that are drop dead gorgeous. There's not a baddie of any other race I wouldn't take now. And even Clavicular, who's supposed to be their new face of LooksMaxxing, says Marlon, a man who is mixed looks more attractive than him. What if I told you though there's a guy that's even more extreme than Clavicular, and his name is Andrew Maxxer?
Bro,
now,
what type of bullshittery?
Told you though there's a guy that's even more extreme than Clavicular, and his name is Andrew Maxxer. Now looking at his,
this nigga look like a fucking bro.
There's a guy that's even more extreme than Clavicular, and his name is Andrew Maxxer. Now looking at his face, you may be
why is his jaw so, why you got the Android 16 jaw?
Thinking, did I misplace my bike seat somewhere? Did Quagmire come to life and become a LooksMaxxer? But nah, this is really him and a real human being. AI couldn't make up something like this. Andrew, from what he said, has been training his jaw for 3 straight years to meet some type of perfection. And he uses anything to get his jaw as sharp as he can. If chewing some tree branches gets him there, he'll do it in the name of LooksMaxxing. It's assumed by people that his account is satire and he doesn't actually mean it. He does have some pretty goofy videos poking fun at himself, but with how his jaw looks, I wouldn't be surprised if he was genuinely doing this stuff and joking about it. Looking at his jaw myself actually puts mine in pain. And there's people out there for some reason who want a jaw like him. LooksMaxxing to me reminds me of Hollywood plastic surgery, where celebrities end up getting one, then go down spiraling on a path to get more to be fulfilled. Except with LooksMaxxing, people will do even more to get their look, even if that means taking drugs. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Let me know how many of y'all
LW my dog Tony deep. But what y'all think about LooksMaxxing? And I say, like most things, is good in moderation, but when you take it to these extremes, it gets wild. But that being said, it's your boy Jay. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay blessed, and I'm out.